All right, so the last one in 11.2, you should always start by taking this number and plugging it in for the different x's that are in the problem. And so the idea is with this one, I would end up with the square root of 256 on top, which is 16. So 16 minus 16 is 0. And then on the bottom, put the x in there. It's 4 minus 4, which is also 0. All right, so that tells me I have to use a different technique. And what you should recognize from the lecture is this is called rationalizing the numerator. So we're going to multiply by 16 plus the square root of 260 minus x. So you change the sign between the 16 and the radical. And then you have to multiply by the exact same thing on the bottom. So remember that green thing that I wrote, minus x, just to be clear, that's equal to 1. So now I have the limit as x approaches 4. 16 times 16 is 256. Remember, when you multiply identical radicals, you just get what's underneath the radical. And then this one was negative and this one is positive. So it's negative. But to make sure both things get the negative, I want to put parentheses around it. So you got to be really careful how you work with that negative sign. And then remember, because they're the conjugates of each other, I do not have to do the middle terms. They're just going to go away. The oi, right, disappears because they add up. One's positive, one's negative. Then on the bottom, I'm not going to distribute or really multiply them out. I'm just going to write them next to each other. Okay, so now I have this. So if I actually distribute now the negative sign through here, I get negative 260 and positive x. So now I would have the limit as x goes to infinity, or x goes to 4. I have a positive x on top, and I have a negative 4. 256 minus 260 is the negative 4. And then I have x minus 4 on the bottom, and 16 plus 260 minus x. All right, so then you probably see we can cross off the 4s, but I don't leave, it's not a blank on top. Remember, when you do this, you're really dividing, so it's really like 1 and 1. You're dividing an x minus 4 on the top and the bottom, so you end up with the limit as x goes to 4 of 1 over 16 plus the square root of 260 minus x. It's at this point now that you can take the 4 and plug it in. And so what I end up with right here is 260 minus 4 is 256. Square root of 256 is 16. So I end up with 1 over 16 plus 16, or 1 over 32 for my answer. Now you can go to the table on a graphing calculator, type it in, and verify that 1 over 32 is the answer that you want. But if you need to see that, go back to the videos 1 and 2 to watch how I do that.